Hey everybody, it's time to rustle some jimmies. Oh yeah, you guys aren't gonna like this, but I'm gonna say it. Hey Kevin, you don't deserve being flagged. Nobody deserves being false flagged. However, I have no sympathy for you. I have zero sympathy. Nothing could make me more sympathetic to you, even if it tried. And why is that? Why is it that I feel so unsympathetic to you? Why are my sympathy buttons not pushed? Well, it's very simple, people. You see, Kevin Logan, let's just get this shit out of the way. I don't like him, so immediately I find it difficult to feel sympathy for him. However, it's not that. I can still feel sympathy for people I dislike. However, it's his behaviour during this whole false flagging thing that's happened to him, where his channel has essentially been terminated because he's got 3 strikes, which is horrible. I don't like that. Happened to V, happened to loads of other people when they didn't deserve it. However, this guy just can't help beating his drum, can he? He can't help himself. At a time when people should be working together to help save his fucking channel, what's he doing? Oh, he's going to be pointing them fingers around, pointing them fingers, and then withdrawing them and saying, oh, but I really don't know. And what do I mean by that? Well, basically, he can't help but feed the narrative, can he? He can't help but try to wish upon all of his little stars, if he can see any in Birmingham, is that the flaggers are anti-SJWs, they're anti-feminists. This is what he wants. He wishes that they were anti-feminists. He can't prove it, but that's who he's accusing, specifically V's fans. Why? Because there was a video about V that got flagged. So therefore it's V fanboys, even though, as he keeps saying, because he has to say this in order to appear fair and balanced, that it could be anybody, it could be third-party trolls, but he keeps pointing the finger. Even in this video, at that mark, which was the point I stopped watching. This is not a response to this video, by the way. This is nothing more than just background. Basically, what he did was he said at the beginning, it may have been V fanboys, but I don't know. But then he goes on a rant about how, oh, the free speech warriors, blah, 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 blah. And yet, when we look on Twitter, here he is also pointing yet more fingers. Nobody called for it, but it was V fanboys. He doesn't know. He said in that video, that live stream, he didn't know. And look, oh look, this guy wants to false flag back. And then Kevin has to say this in public. No, don't do that. A flame war helps nobody. Well, of course it doesn't. And especially with your history, but we'll get to that. And this guy has the cheek to say that we don't do crowd control. Yeah, I guess that's why AIU isn't much of a thing anymore, is he? But hey, whatever. And yeah, by the way, V keeps trying to help you, Kev. And all you do is keeping insulting people and pointing fingers. And flagging is anonymous. You won't know. That's YouTube's fault. But here's the main reason why I am not sympathetic to this cunt. And it's this reason. Now, some people might not remember this, but some of you eagle-eyed viewers, some of you older viewers will remember. Now, why am I on the Kiwi Farms Jenny McDermott page? Well, that's because this was where leaked chat logs of, who was it, Laffy Witch, Horsey, otherwise known as John Garbage, Robert W, who is Takedown MRAs, something on Twitter, a few other people, badasses in this, Laughing Witch, oh, and Bewildered Ape and Jenny McDermott were in there, plus I think some other person. And this was an attempt to false flag a bunch of anti-SJW YouTubers. Thunderfoot, well, Thunderfoot isn't anymore, but Thunderfoot, Ozya, they even mentioned Agent of Doubt, and even, I think, Justin Templar, which they did end up hacking him and Ozya, but whatever. And look who was invited into this page, because they assumed he'd do something. Kevin Logan. And he says, is that a cool thing to be doing? And leaves it at that. At no point did Kevin try to contact any of the people that these people were planning on false flagging. So if they were indeed flagged and had their channels potentially terminated, we would never have known, because he wouldn't have said. So Kevin, if you hate false flagging so much, why didn't you grass them up? If you're such an anti-tribalist, if you are the one who loves free speech, not me, why didn't you grass Laughing Witch up? Why did it take a undercover person who was the other person that I mentioned, their job to do it? Why did they have to do it? Why didn't you do it first before they even had a chance? Because, well, I'll tell you why. Because he doesn't care. This guy doesn't care if anybody else he disagrees with gets flagged. None of them care whatsoever. Otherwise, you would see them making videos about how V got terminated, how all these other people got terminated, how I got flagged by Jenny McDermott, how Pluto Coffins got flagged by Jenny McDermott, how all the other people. No, he didn't. Yes, he made a video attacking Jenny McDermott eventually, but it had nothing to do with her flagging necessarily, more to do with how she's horrible. But, yeah. So, no sympathy from me, Kevin. No sympathy. You are a hypocrite. And you're going around pointing fingers, then withdrawing fingers, and publicly saying, no, please don't start a flame war to this person because you have to, because if you were seen to not say anything about that, this guy would have flagged someone and you would have got flack for it. You were just covering your ass on Twitter there. And I dislike this behaviour. And I don't know why people are being sympathetic to you when you're going around using this to beat your drum, to further the narrative that you and others have helped to create. And I don't understand why people talk to you still. You are not reasonable. You have this veneer of reasonableness, which I don't know why is plastered upon you. You are not reasonable. None of you, none of your ilk are reasonable. And by ilk, I mean his clique that he's a part of. There's other feminists on YouTube, people that we should probably be talking to, who probably would be far more productive. Nothing productive has come from Kevin. Nothing. All he does is talk to us, and he's nice and friendly, and then he does this shit. And then he's horrible and fallacious and retarded in his videos. So, yeah. Kevin, if you do see this, I hope karma is feeling really good right now. I hope the karma is just emanating from this. I hope you now understand what people like anti-HWs and anti-feminists and other people have gone through. But it doesn't seem like you have, because you don't really have empathy for us. So, otherwise you wouldn't have been reacting in such a way. I do not think that you are going to learn any lessons from this. So, I think I'll end it here. I'll see you guys later.